surprised that there's a little bit of lack of questions at this point, but I think we gave you a lot of information. I want to invite up here now the some of the truck people. And I guess we have Kenworth up first. I've allotted them 10 minutes. I'll hook you if you go over 10 minutes. I don't want an hour-long commercial, so let us know what you guys know about CNG, will you?
All right, sounds good. Good afternoon. Thanks for allowing me to come here. My name is Matt Laird. I'm with Kenworth Truck Company. I'm the fleet sales manager for the Great Lakes region. Very excited to show you what our Kenworth natural gas capabilities are, and we consider ourselves a leader in this industry. And the reason I say that is we as Kenworth and our parent company PACCAR are really committed to preserving the environments not only in which our trucks operate, but where we manufacture our trucks as well. A couple things I want to point out quickly is Kenworth recently received the EPA's Clean Air Excellence Award, which was the first truck OEM to receive that honor. We're very proud of that, and we also incorporate into our everyday work our ISO 14001 into our factory perspective, and also zero waste to landfills at all of our manufacturing facilities. So the environment is truly very important to us, and we continue to push on this daily. We all know the economy took a hit over the past 18 months, and while many organizations had to cut back on research and development, Kenworth has truly expanded our natural gas and alternative fuel vehicle footprints. We've introduced some new products along the way, and we've also been involved in this business for well over 5 years. In the second quarter of 2007, we introduced a T370 hybrid, which is a medium-duty model for Kenworth. In the fourth quarter of 2007, we haven't talked much about liquefied natural gas, but we put a liquefied natural gas upfit into our Kenworth T800 model. Now that model is available with a 15-liter engine, which is something, if you contact our truck dealerships, can walk you through a little bit more detail. We did our first LNG factory build in 2008, and where we sit today in 2010 is our focus on the ISLG, which is prevalent throughout the industry, in our T440 product. And as Jeff mentioned, we are currently in the testing process for the ISX 11.9G, which I truly feel is quite frankly a game changer. I think in the natural gas environment for the transportation industry, we had a little bitty hammer with the ISL9 and then a really big hammer with a 15-liter. What we needed was a mid-range option, and that's what that 11.9 really provides us at a good price point and is really, really going to be optimal for that 80,000-pound over-the-road delivery system. Again, just to look at a couple features and benefits of our products, we put our ISLG in our T440 product, and also we're able to put it in our W9S for concrete applications typically. A couple things you'll notice about this, and I think it's the key as to why this technology is truly catching on, is no diesel particulate filter, no SCR components. It's a three-way catalyst. This is basically what's on your car. It's very simple and practically maintenance-free from an exhaust system perspective. This truck has side-mounted saddle tanks. And also one thing to note, you talk about fast fill and time fill. This truck is a demo unit that we have running around the United States. And we actually were able to put not only the fast fill on the opposite side of the vehicle, but we put in a time fill system as well. This helps when this truck go into basically any type of application that it needs to, and in its second life, when we go to sell this vehicle, we can basically put it into any fueling structure that a company may have. Again, this is truly the game changer, right? This is our Class 8 product that we're putting into our 11.9G. It's a T660. We don't have many of these out running right now, but the ones we do have are gaining mileage, and they're doing quite well. We're very excited about this product. As Jeff mentioned, we're going to be launching this product early next year. So we've got some advanced testing and capabilities that we're going to be working on. So feel free to get in touch with some of our truck dealerships. They're all becoming experts on this very quickly, and we have a wide variety of products that I truly believe can help your industries. There was a lot of talk about refuse and in transit, and while that's all entirely true, you know, our natural gas footprint is expanding substantially. We're not only putting in trucks and over-the-road fleets, but you know, you look at customers like UPS, Pepsi, locally, Rybar, PTI, Veolia Environmental. So we're seeing this grow in the over-the-road market at a substantial rate, and we're looking at anywhere from 8 to 10% growth in this market next year from Kenworth alone. So we really feel like there's a significant market for this product. So where do you go here in Wisconsin? We have the great fortune in Wisconsin of having a great dealership network here. The Wisconsin Kenworth Group, they have locations here in Madison, Milwaukee, Menominee, Wausau, Green Bay, and a dedicated fleet services operation in Appleton, Wisconsin. As you'll notice, they do span 4 states, so we do have service networks throughout their organization. Wisconsin Kenworth is dedicated to expanding the footprint of natural gas products throughout their market. They're in the process of getting their facilities ready and trained to work on this, and they're really a great partner with us in expanding this market and continuing to grow. That's all I have. I think I was close to my 10-minute mark. So I appreciate the opportunity. If you do have any questions, I know Jay Bowers, who's the branch manager here in Wausau, does have some information and some contact information for you, but we'll be available afterwards if anybody would like to have a chat. But we appreciate your time, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's call guys from International up here next.
Oh, thanks again for having us. I'm with Navistar International Corporation. I cover Wisconsin and the UP. Just kind of wanted to go over our offerings as of right now for the CNG and LNG products. Our offering right now is out of ESI, Emission Solutions Incorporated, out of McKinney, Texas. We have partnered with them for our medium-duty engine line. We're calling it the Phoenix 7.6 liter engine, and it is based off of our DT engine, a Pt.4 It is fully 2010 EPA CARB certified, no EGR. Again, International, we have gone no SCR route, so there's none of that on there as well. The features and technologies of it, it's a dedicated spark ignition. Everything's controlled by the computer. The ECU diagnostic capabilities, so if you are running into troubles, it's easily fixed and readily available. The engine horsepower ratings on it, anywhere from 210 to 300 horse. So it is a pretty good variety for you guys running the medium duty range as far as horsepower offerings go. The maintenance intervals, talked about it earlier. Oil and filter, 20,000. 6 months, whichever comes first, and 1,000 hours. The spark plugs on them, 25,000. 1,250 hours and 12 months, whichever comes first. They're available in our Workstar, which is our 7300 and 7400 models. Again, it's the 7.6, our Pt.4 platform. They are assembled in our Garland assembly plant in Texas and go to the TSC next door for upfitting. Here you can see a dump application, a beverage application, and a refuse. The packages include the horizontal package, the first one on the top there, just alongside of the truck, mounts to the frame rails. Also available in the tractor package is the same offering for that. And back of the cab mounted on the bottom you see. The only issue with the back of the cab obviously is the 24-inch CA loss. So it stretches us out a couple feet. The warranty on these, 2 years or 4,000 hours. Also for these offerings, not just a Workstar. I found this out this week. In January 2012, we will be offering this in our Durastar models, our 4000 series models. So they will be offered in those full horsepower weight ratings in the Durastar, the Durastar product. The warranties, we handle the chassis warranties. ESI handles the CNG and LNG warranties. But again, it is a coordinated effort between all of our locations, 900 locations throughout the U.S. and ESIs as well. As far as our heavy duty offerings, I talked with our head of product development, and we are currently in the process of spearheading or trying to come up with the best offering that is most durable and reliable product based on our Max Force 11 or 13 offerings. They're testing both as we speak for those offerings, and they told me it is coming soon. So it was a technology like you guys have seen that was looked over in the past, and it is hitting the ground running and coming up on us rather quickly. And we at Navistar are taking our time and putting the efforts into that. So with that, I will open up. Oh, also with the heavy duty, I forgot to mention, it's going to be a dual fuel technology where roughly 15% will be diesel and the other will be CNG or LNG. Again, our testing and validation are going through that as we speak. So I appreciate your guys' time. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to myself or Tom Vandehay afterwards, and I'd be happy to help you out.
Thanks, James. And now the guys from Truck Country and Freightliner.
Well, thank you for having me here today. And I just want to say one thing to the group, that you're already 2 steps ahead of a lot of people just by showing up and being here. Because I can tell you, I totally agree with Steve that this doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come up where you're going to make it work just by showing up once and going to a meeting and watching this and watching the presentations. It takes time, it takes information, it takes working with the vendors, it takes working with the governments, municipalities, and et cetera, to make it all go together. So thank you for having us here. My name is Dan Armstrong. I'm the general manager for Truck Country Freightliner. And obviously we're a dealership group in the Midwest of 12 stores. And really want to take you through our offering for vehicles and where we're going. And like, well, Jeff's not here right now, the typical slides that you're going to see from any presentation as to why natural gas. And quite frankly, from everyone and everything that I've seen so far, at least in this area of northeast Wisconsin and central Wisconsin, it's really economics and dollars that are driving it. We sell to quite a number of large companies. In fact, our own company, Foodliner, is invested in the technology itself. So really what it comes down to is economics and the dollars you're paying for your fuel and the return on your investment. You know, the one thing that I will say that you hear a lot of, and maybe I'm repeating a couple earlier presentations, is if we go to natural gas, the conservative estimates are 400,000 to upwards of 1 million jobs that come back to the U.S. That is absolutely huge. And once again, our dependence on foreign fuels and other things is depleted. And 89% of that fuel is in the United States. 98% is in North America. So it's here, we can do this. What are our customers saying? Customers that might be in this room are probably thinking these same things. You know, we want products that work every day. We're used to trucks that work. We don't want interruptions in our business. We want maintenance fast and easy. We want a competent support network. We want technicians and parts people trained. Shops that meet the NFPA regulations. Fuel infrastructure, which is always a huge opportunity, is where we're going to get the fuel. I did a search today before I got in at cngprices.com, and if you don't know it, you don't have CNG fuel available in this area closer than Appleton, Wisconsin. And I can tell you right now for a fact, that station is not capable for handling some of the trucks you may have in your fleet. So back to the original point from Steve is, you know, having a station or having stations that are opened up to the public and offering, you know, those services is only going to help this area and others grow. And certainly that's the theme that where we're going. LNG, really outside of California, it's been I wouldn't say non-existent, but it's a very small piece of the pie. All of our trucks are built at our factory in Mount Holly, North Carolina. Once again, U.S. made, and we've got capabilities to do everything at that facility online. None of our products, none of our engines, none of our fuel systems go to another factory to have them built. It's all in one place. Really, CNG or LNG wasn't new to Daimler Trucks. We started off at the Port of LA in 2008 with our Sterling products. So we were very much at the cutting edge and beginning of the LNG, CNG revolution. And as you can see, throughout the years, we've moved on and had the experience in many different applications as we go forward. Really, just this last month, we've produced our 1,000th vehicle at Daimler Trucks on our natural gas componentry. So we're really proud of where we're going and what's going to happen there. This is really one of our offerings of the 3 that are available. This one is available right now. It's our M2-112. It comes with the ISLG 9-liter engine from Cummins. And you can see the specs on there and as we go forward. Our next product we just introduced is the 114 severe duty, once again with the ISLG. And if you know trucks, really what it comes down to is if you've got an application for, at least for the Freightliner product, 33,000 GVW up to 80, we can meet that need. Bottom line, we can meet the need. This is the product, and I agree with the previous presenters that is going to take us to the next level because it offers up a regional haul and even some applications a long haul engine with the ISX 11.9 liter. You know, the differences are obviously you've got a 9-liter ISLG to 11 9-liter X engine. The B50 life goes from 500,000 miles to 1,000,000 miles. So you got longevity to pay back on the miles and some of the costs that go into those calculations. But really, this is going to be in, and it's already in test. We've already had it in certain fleets throughout the Midwest, and Jeff is obviously one in his fleet, and a couple others. And we're really looking at expanding our offering, and really to coincide. I think the thing that's going to, I wouldn't say hold us back, but maybe stump the opportunity a little bit is the availability and how many engines they're going to release. Because I can tell you from at least our side and from what I'm seeing and hearing from all the other OEMs, the 11 9-liter certainly fits a niche and a need as to where we're going. So we look forward to actually releasing that into the summer of 2012 as we go forward. As you can see, the applications from line haul to reefers to street sweepers, utility trucks, drayage, once again, reefers. We've got every application covered, and certainly we can do any of those applications, you know, once again, factory built. I've got some specs here, and I've got, just so you know, I've got a presentation on flash drives for anyone that wants it. It includes this presentation, and then a number of spec sheets on the ISL, and then some of the EPA things also. So, but you'll see all the servicing intervals, and I guess the one thing I'll comment on that is, you know, you obviously have to look at the hours and or miles and the operation that you're going to run in. And certainly, I think Jeff said it earlier, Cummins will work with you with certain applications and obviously certain miles as we go forward. Really simple, our CNG placements, 75-gallon diesel gallon equivalent on the left and 60-gallon on the right. You'll see a lot of body manufacturers, and they're doing it already, you know, where you have a customer supplied option to have your tanks put on somewhere else other than at factory. So that's an option out there. As you can see, some of these customers are putting them on high above the bodies or on the sides of the frame. Really, safety is paramount for anyone with CNG, and it's always going to be a question that comes up. All of our systems come standard with a methane detection detector in the cabs that'll detect in the engine compartment, the cab, and, oh, I'm doing it here, what's the guy's name again? I forgot his name, but engine, cab, and the exit exterior area of a truck. So you'll see that anywhere that's out there, if a driver would ever be put in danger, that's not going to happen in our cab without a warning or a notice, and it's going to buzz them right out of the truck. So you'll see a lot of, this is just a quick slide. Most of the places you're going to purchase your CNG is done in gas gallon equivalent. You really want to translate that into diesel gallon equivalent, and the calculations there, your diesel your CNG cost times 1.1398. So when you look at the cngprices.com website, take the number that you have and multiply it so you can actually see what your cost diesel gallon equivalent might be. Here's a slide of where we're going. If you look at the yellow, it's really where we're at now in our production in 2011 with our Daimler trucks, and it includes the 112s, the 114s. We do have some school bus application out there, and you're seeing the total number of vehicles that we're going to produce in 2011. Our anticipated volume in 5 years is certainly going to go in quite a bit of growth mode. And that's really a conservative number based off of the opportunities that are really related back to the componentry available. So we're going to move the needle, as are others, when this thing starts cooking along. Any one of our sales reps that are here or at your leisure have a CNG calculator that is part of their standard opportunity. And really what it does, it takes a look at your fleet size, your average miles per year, your diesel miles per gallon, diesel cost, natural gas cost, any kind of incentives and other things that fall into play. That's a piece of it. Now that's the dollars and cents piece of it. You have to do some of your homework as far as where I'm going to fuel, what type of customer I'm going to operate with, drivers and everything else that goes into it. But if you want to look at some of the payback analysis, it comes back to how many miles, how many gallons you're going to use. The quicker that happens, the better it's going to be. And this is a simple payback analysis at 100,000 miles per year per tractor. Daimler Trucks is definitely, one of the leaders, if not the leader, in alternative fuel opportunities. And the CEO, Martin Daum from Freightliner, I wouldn't say doesn't believe in the incentives or the opportunities. He certainly believes that the cost of doing this and the way to save our end users money is through the CNG purchase, acquisition, and the right vehicles and the right occupation at the right time. So in essence, I'm sure we'd be pleased, and we would be pleased if there's any subsidies or grant monies or other things that are out there that happen to have an opportunity for you to take some dollars off the purchase. But I can tell you from being in this area that when the diesel price dropped down, the awareness level for CNG started dropping with it. And I applaud everyone in this room for looking at the long-term picture, because it's not going to happen overnight and just in this room. So we need to think about that as we go forward. That's really all I have. Appreciate the opportunity and the time, and thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, I'm Robert Markley with Scafidi Mack Trucks, and I was going to put a present there, and I figured I have it actually right here, and I figured by now you're probably pretty much sick of seeing slides. A lot of really, really good information, but I do have the slide presentation. If anyone does want it, feel free. Let me know afterwards and leave me your card, or I have some actually printed out too. We're also offering the Cummins Westport engine. Pretty much like everybody else, we're offering the 300 horsepower and the 320 horsepower engine that we're mainly putting in our LEUs and GUs, which are also refuse industry. That's really was the real focus that they're going after to begin with. We have a lot of units out there in test fleets that are in our Pinnacles on highway tractors, along with our GUs, which is vocational. They've had great success with them, just like everybody else has seen. Everything like the other slides we've seen from the other manufacturers, they're the same. A lot of the really good information that was brought to us, it's really across the board with all manufacturers. We've got the same engines. It comes down to the cabs, how they're riding and everything else, but all in all, the engines are the same. The manufacturers the engines are coming from are the same. We have about a year out is what we're looking at for our on-highway trucks before we have the engines in those to go in that application. We're also in the process of R&D of Mack's very own natural gas engine, which Mack has always been a leader in making our own proprietary products, and that's one that they're also going to be jumping into and doing that also. The other thing is that we do have a bunch of fleets, one in Alpine, Colorado, that is going all 50 of their units are going 100% CNG in their refuse industry, and they're reporting about a $1,200 a month savings per unit. So I mean, you do some quick math, that's saving some major amount of money with CNG. So pretty much that's what we have to offer. There's a lot of good information that was brought. I've got a lot of the same slides, a lot of the same information, so I thought we'd wrap up from the dealers with a little bit of what we got.